So I'm back with another video, and of course this is Freiburg for life. We're entering season number 3 now, so this is episode number 9. We're quickly approaching the double digits in this series already, but EAFC 26 will be out very soon, or if not, it's already out for a lot of players. But regardless, we will be doing something with EAFC 26 very soon. Well, for now, we're going to continue this series, hopefully finish it off in a few weeks' time. But regardless, I am super excited to bring to you this third season because I have a lot of cool things coming up, a lot of cool players that hopefully should be joining, a few players that might be leaving. We did say goodbye to two of our decent backups in Junior Adamo, and of course our right mid, or backup right mid, in Beste. He's actually a pretty good player in real life, just unfortunately has not had too much prominence in our career mode. But with that being said, let's hop straight into it. So we may or may not have already started with the new season. We do have our new signing, of course, in Mo Salah. Let's check out the team and see what it's looking like. We may have already made another signing as well. You will also see who it is right there as well, but also not sure if you quite caught that, but it was Galatasaray versus PSG in the Champions League final last season, and it was a 4-0 demolition of the Turkish side, unfortunately, as PSG did come out victorious in that final. But regardless, this is what the team is looking like. And yeah, there's no one new in the starting 11, but we do have Mo Salah, we have Suzuki here, Weishaupt is still here, but Charles Dodds is coming back from his loan, and he could be our backup right mid to Asprilla. Then, of course, we do have a new player in Andy Diouf, who will be a solid backup CDM to, of course, Nico Gonzalez and Romeo Lavia. I think he's going to be absolutely phenomenal for us. And we have also brought in another, well, he's come back from loan as well, Jesse Guy, 76. He has potential to be special, so we are actually going to loan him out once more because we do still have Throw and we do have Emerson Royale. One of them might be leaving, if not, it's one of the lesser important. I think Emerson Royale had a fantastic season. Throw is a solid backup. Makengo could be leaving, but we do have Gutalezi still here. We do have Schmidt, who came back from loan, same with Wagner. Wagner could be our 5th choice CDM, and Egerstein will most likely be leaving. He's approached that 30 years old. But also, one quick thing I will mention is Kude. He is a left wing / right wing. We loaned out, and he's come back 81 overall, but it's a winger. We don't play with wingers. He can't play as a cam, he can't play as a striker, and honestly, I don't want him to die off in this team, and I don't see any fit for him, and he's rather young. He has exciting potential, so I am gonna sell him. He could bring in a decent amount of money, so we can help bolster this side that could be looking very, very good. I mean, like I said, Mo Salah is most likely going to be our new starting attacking midfielder, but based off of the season that Rol had, Rol will be starting at least for a little bit. Boado could have some pretty decent competition, as the backup that I'm looking for will be much higher in overall, much closer to him as well. But I think the main thing is probably left back, and then backup striker, and then maybe some more defensive coverage, but other than that, I think we're good, and some of these players will be loaned out as well. Before we go into all of that, though, I do want to mention how we did send out a scout to Argentina and one to England. Checking out these positions, I think those will be very solid. It's basically covering 10 outfield positions that we need. I'm excited to see what they can come back with, and just overall excited to see what the team could look like at the end of this season, but also just after the transfer window is over. As we progress through the transfer window, you will see where there's a few players that, we have a few players already loaned out, but we do see a few players that will be, sold, like a Schmidt, maybe a Makengo. Rosenfelder, still debating whether he'll stay here. Charles Dodds could be staying, could be leaving, depending on what we do with our squad depth, I guess. Gutalezi is definitely going to be our backup goalkeeper. Wagner will definitely, he's most likely to stay. Osterhag could be leaving, depending. Jesse Guy hopefully gets a good loan out and can get more playing time, so he can come back even better, and potentially you're starting right back in sometime soon. But yeah, these are our players. Weishaupt will most likely be sold. I do have an amazing player who will, hopefully we can sign him as our backup left mid to Van Bommel, so they can both be performing a little bit better. But anyways, this is the rest of the team in its glory, and I will let you know as our team progresses and as we make more signings. But for that, you guys will see, and I'll keep you guys updated for it. Anyways, I'll see you with our transfers, and we continue going. Really quick though, I forgot. In the calendar, our first ever competitive game will be up against Dortmund in the Super Cup because I forgot they won the DFB Pokal and the Bundesliga title, so it goes to the runner-ups, both competitions, I guess, or either or, which was us. We were the runner-ups in both competitions, so we do have the place in the Super Cup, so we potentially could win it again, back-to-back seasons, but it is up against, of course, our rivals, Borussia Dortmund. Who knows? That'll be our first competitive game in this episode, and then we'll probably take it up into October, maybe end it off on another Borussia Dortmund game, or leave it before. Anyways, let's make some transfers. So alongside Andy Diouf, we are signing a new player in Abde Ezazuli. Sorry. Abde is what I'm basically going to be calling him. He will be a new backup left mid for us. Van Bommel will have to be competing up against Abde to be the starting winger. Abde is two ratings lower, should I say, than Van Bommel. But I don't know. I personally really love Abde. He's a former Barcelona player. I'm just now realizing that we might be signing quite a few former Barcelona players. We already have Nico Gonzalez. We have Abde now. I think we have one more in the squad so far. But regardless, Emerson. There you go. That's the other player. But Abde, I'm super happy to be bringing him here to Freiburg. Hopefully he can tear it up and do some pretty decent job. Do a really good job for us. We got him for 36.5 from Real Betis. I can't wait to see what he can do. It was a rating. There you go. It was an A rating for us, thankfully. I think it was a really good deal. So we got two new players. One of them playing as our backup CDM, another one as our backup left mid, but they can definitely be an important player for us and see what they can do. Alongside them too, we are signing a new starter, a starting left back, should I say. It is Nuno Tavares. Oh, I was about to say Alessandro. I don't know why, but it's Nuno Tavares. He will be our new starting left back because Luka Netz, as much as I love him and he's a fantastic player, he's a German talent who can definitely grow in overall, but he didn't grow as much as I would have liked. He's only 78 overall. We need a little bit more boost, and I think by signing this, technically he's at Wolfsburg in this career save, so we are taking a player away from a Bundesliga rival, and just overall, his overall is a little bit higher than Luka Netz, should I say. But yes, Nuno Tavares, he is 81 overall, still reaching his prime. He's going to be wearing the number 20, but he will be joining our Freiburg side, and hopefully take us to maybe a Bundesliga title. You never know. I think he can. Will he? That's up to be seen. But the new left back, the Portuguese left back, he's rather fast. He can score some goals. And last season with Lazio, got quite a few assists. He will be joining from Wolfsburg for 29 million, just under 30. And yeah, I think it's an excellent deal, just like the board thinks it is. 81 overall, like I said. I think it's absolutely fantastic. He's going to slot into the left back role, boosting our overall to over 80 now. But with all those signings, it does mean that we do have to get a few sales. We do have to get at least one big sale, and it is the player that I mentioned earlier. It is Kude. He was going to be joining Bayern Munich, but I didn't want that to happen, so he will actually be joining Brighton for 90 million. Yes, 90 million. He was a left winger with excellent potential, so I think it's a really good sale. It's an A rating. We could have got just like a little bit more, I think. Bayern did not want to reach that 90 million, so thankfully we did get it before with Brighton. With those extra 90 million, we will be signing another backup center back to bolster that defensive line. He won't be starting, but he will be an excellent addition. It is Ryan Flamengo. I think it's an excellent signing. He's the Dutch center back. May not be starting for the Dutch national team just yet, but maybe in a few years. He is killing it with PSV right now. He's absolutely phenomenal, and with the last name of Flamingo, I really like it. And with an 80 overall, he will be like a solid backup to Militia or Janor Bisek, you know. Plus, being alongside Leonhardt, one of our more senior players, I think he can learn a lot and maybe grow an overall, maybe become a starter sometime soon. Who knows? But for now, he will be joining from PSV for 30.5 million. I'll take that. Freiburg is on the rise, and I think this player right here can be pretty interesting one too. So keep an eye on this Flamingo player. His name is Flamingo. Anyways, 80 overall, joining us for our center back depth, so we can go on in more competitions. And the last signing that I will show you guys, it is Marc Guiu. Yes, another former Barcelona player. Don't worry about the white hair that everybody has for some reason. But yes, he will be our backup striker. Why does he have a... Okay, anyways, his facial hair all turned white because of the light, I guess, or something. Anyways, Marquillo will be joining as a backup striker. Like I said, we have 2 Spanish strikers now. It is Javier Puedo and Marquillo now. Again, another former Barcelona player, but I'm a huge fan of him. I'm so sad that Barcelona let him go. But I do want to develop him and make him the star striker that I know he can be. For Chelsea, he didn't do much. He was a very rotational player. Then he was loaned out to Sunderland. But then he came back to Chelsea because of the injury that they suffered. So Marquillo can hopefully get more playing time here at Chelsea, but they did sign a few more strikers, so it will be difficult for him to get playing time. But in this career save, he joined Monaco, and we brought him in to Freiburg for 34.5 million. It's an excellent deal in my personal opinion. So same with the board, and I think at 79 is a very solid backup. Junior Adamo was excellent, but I think Marquillo can overtake that. But we did arrive to the very fateful day of another Super Cup final where we're facing Borussia Dortmund. Obviously, they beat us to 2 titles last season, the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal. They quite handedly embarrassed us. But I will say I am excited to see what this team can do because it has a little bit of a different feel now. This is what the team is looking like. We have Javier Puedo grew to an 83, I guess, over the break. Merlin Roll stood at 81, but Romeo Lavia grew to an 87. Nico Gonzalez with that 83. Asprilla, 87. Ruben Van Bommel, 84. Nuno Tavares, the new starter, is 81. Malik Thiaw grew to an 86. Bisek, our captain, is 83. Emerson Royale, 79. And Autobol was 81. Royale is the only one who isn't over 80, but maybe he can grow in there. He was the best right back in the league, according to a lot of officials, and claimed that spot for the team of the season. So that's why I decided to keep him. But maybe this could be his last season, at least as a starter. But on the bench, you will see a lot of new faces like Marquillo, Suzuki, Mohamed Salah. Of course, you guys already know that we signed him up as a new cam. He will be competing with Merlin Roll. Roll had a fantastic season, was the best player of our team last season, so he will be starting with Mo Salah. Maybe he can change my mind. And then Abde, of course, can play as the backup left mid, but Mo Salah can also play as the backup right mid as well, But Andy Diouf, he was a center mid, changed him over to CAM, grew in overall to an 82 already. And then a player that I did not mention, but we did sign, Eric Lira. He will be another solid depth option for our CDM position. Leonhardt and Flamingo are both 80 rated center backs that will cover our 2 starters right here in case they get injured or they need a rest. Teo will also be our backup right back. Charles Dodds comes back from injury and will be a backup right mid / left mid, of course. And then we also have Luca Netz, Rosenfelder, Osterhag, and Buthelezi as our backups. I think our depth is a lot better than it was last season. Plus, we do have youth academy players that will be coming in. So I'm excited to see what this team can do. I think we can definitely win the Bundesliga title this season. We have a lot more squad depth. We have grown a little bit more in overall, and overall just in experience. There you go. Let me just count how many German players we have. Merlin Roll, Bisek, Tia, and Atabolo. Fair. We have 4 German players. Everybody else is from a different country, but it's okay. Anyways, I'm excited to see what this team has to offer. But let's get straight into our first game of the season, which will be up against Dortmund. You guys will watch mostly the highlights, and hopefully we can win another title. That will be our second Super Cup if we do win it. But anyways, let's get into the game. And we are here at the Super Cup at the MHP Arena, apparently that's what it's called. But yes, we're facing Dortmund again. This is the second time we're facing Dortmund in a cup final. Obviously, we lost to them, I believe, 4-1 in the DFB Pokal final, but we were runner-ups both in the DFB Pokal and in the Bundesliga, hence why we're facing Dortmund, because they won both of them. But anyways, we're starting off. We only have 1 new player in our starting 11, but we have a lot off the bench. So I'm very happy with our squad depth, by the way. There's a lot of good players that I'm like, okay, I feel comfortable with subbing on. So yeah, never mind. Let's to the other side. Okay, Emerson Royale. Okay, Adwolo, good job. Just gotta burst. Joao Pedro. Wow, he left Wolfsburg, and then he joined. What? How? How did that sneak through? Also, yes, that is. I was just mentioning it. Joao Pedro. He left Wolfsburg. We knew that he was at Wolfsburg, and he's joined Dortmund. So it seems like Dortmund. I guess we weren't the only ones that took a player from Wolfsburg. But how did that sneak through? Zabolu, come on, bro. You gotta do better there. We're losing 1-0. Gosh dang it, man. We haven't even had a solid chance. We haven't had a chance. No, not a solid chance. We haven't had a single chance. Come on! Oh, beautiful ball in for Javier. What a save! You've got to be kidding me. You're actually got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. And Nico has a shot on him. But Javier Pueblo's open, and he takes it off the post. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Emerson, you're getting burnt for pace against Pedro. You're gonna get it. Watch the pass. It's little. Watch the pass. Watch the pass! Oh my goodness. Who is this? Oh my gosh. I actually know this player. I was doing a Palermo rebuild, and he was my striker that we signed for rather cheap, and then he grew to like an 88 overall. He's been a phenomenal striker for that rebuild. Oh my goodness, what a strike, what a goal. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. 2-0 towards the end of the first half as well. Should good inside. Never mind. Just pass though. Watch the shot. Good save. Get out of there, Nico. Get out of there, Nico. Get it out. You're kidding. You're actually kidding, right? You're kidding. And it's Nico Schulterbeck. Of course it's Nico Schulterbeck. Of course. The former Freiburg player. You've got to be kidding me, man. You actually got to be kidding me. How? I want to see this. I want to see this. Gosh dang it. Both Bisek and Atabolo. I'm sorry. I love you guys. You guys are my main captains of this team. But how are we letting that through, man? How are we letting that through? You know what? We're making substitutions. Nico. Oh, gosh. Oh, what a tackle. You're kidding. Ow! Ow! Oh, my goodness. It's 4-0, and I couldn't be more angry. It just bounced off of Nuno Tavares and it landed at the feet of Adiemi. And he was completely free because I was trying to take Atabolo out. But okay. We're making a lot of subs here. Mark Guiu. Nope. Nuno. Don't let him. You're kidding! Are you serious? 5-0! Oh my god. This is worse. This is worse than the DFB Pokal. At least we put up a fight. At least we put up a fight in the DFB Pokal final. This is absolute embarrassment. 5-0. 5-0. I can't believe it. At least one defender knows how to defend. And we lose 5-0. Yay! What a game, guys. What a game. 5-0 demolition of Freiburg. Borussia Dortmund continue to be our huge rivals. Mönchengladbach was last season, but it wasn't this embarrassing because this was a Super Cup final, which we've already won this competition before, and yet we lost 5-0. We're gonna skip this. 5-0. Look at their celebrations. Anyways, moving on. And you've actually got to be kidding me. You've actually got to be kidding me. Wolfsburg have just signed Karim Adeyemi. I don't understand. I don't understand. But this is what happened for us. We brought in Andy Diouf, sold Weishaupt, sold Eggestein, we brought in Abde, sold Makengo, sold Abate, sold Schmidt, sold Kude, sold Klein, brought in Tavares, Flamingo, Lira, Mark Guiu, sold Voigt, Kuhn, loaned out all these players. Wagner, Jesse Guy, Kuhn, and Voigt. It seems like our signings didn't do much, but I mean, they were arguably like the best players on the pitch when we subbed them on. But our next game will be in the league, and we are facing Darmstadt, and then we are facing Wolfsburg. September, we'll probably finish off August, finish September, and then maybe finish off after Dortmund, possibly just before this Borussia Mönchengladbach, maybe after, maybe a little bit before. Mid-October is when we'll finish off this episode. But anyways, we'll move on to the post-commentary. Hopefully, our new signings, hopefully our team overall can just do better. It seems like we can't at the moment, but who knows. Shout out to Mo Salah. He was actually really good. He will be starting as the new attacking midfielder, at least for now. He also was the captain after I subbed off Bisek. I don't know if that was just an automatic change. Flamingo was actually pretty decent as well. Abde, got a little cameo. But yeah, Flamingo and Mo Salah did change the game a little bit for us, but still, we lost 5-0. Unacceptable. We got to change something up. Mark Guiu, we'll see. Suzuki, ready up, my friend. Okay, so in our first Bundesliga game, we were able to get a thumping 4-0 victory over Darmstadt. We were at home, but Mark Guiu grabbed the goal while Mo Salah grabbed himself a Bundesliga debut hat-trick. He has been phenomenal for us so far. I mean, 3 goals in 1 game. Hat-trick to kick off his Bundesliga start. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. He did get subbed off because of the hat-trick. We put on Roll because, I mean, he had a fantastic season. But overall, hopefully, we should be able to take this in stride and continue this fine form with a huge victory over Darmstadt. Let's continue. And we continue with a game up against Wolfsburg. Of course, they have caused us problems in the past, but they do have some pretty interesting players. Like we pointed out, they do have Karim Adeyemi, someone that they just signed, and of course, we do have their former left back in Nuno Tavares. As Mark Yu decided, I did give Mark Yu the start in here, and he did grab himself a goal, thankfully, for his first Freiburg account, or his first goal in his Freiburg account, should I say. Well, Wolfsburg did put on the pressure by, I think this Artem Dovbek, who actually got a shot off that went in. Somehow the spin on it just went around the defender and went inside, but whatever. Arkiu got another chance here. He's another Spanish striker, but unfortunately it does just go wide. But Markiu is already getting on the end of some decent chances. He's pretty good so far. I like what he's doing, but Mo Salah with the right foot effort, and it goes in, making it 4 for him already this season, or in the Bundesliga at least, and he puts us ahead 2-1 as Dovbek tries to get another shot off, but thankfully we have a defender right there. I believe that was Leonhardt who got the block there. And now it's Ruben van Bommel down the wing. He's running on the opposite side actually for a counterattack, and he scores right there into the roof of the net. The number 22. It's the same number he had on when he first started at Freiburg, and now he has it back and he scores, making it 3-1 to Freiburg. But that wasn't over as Javier Puado got subbed on and scores just like the other Spanish striker, Marquiu, making it 4-1, and we get the 3 points up against Wolfsburg. And then our next home game, we played Frankfurt. They were a tough side, but we decided to simulate it, and thankfully it came to be good as we got a 3-1 victory over Frankfurt. We got a Ruben van Bommel goal. Yes, he scored again. Mo Salah grabbed himself another, making it 5 in 3 matches already, of the Bundesliga at least. And then Javier Puado grabbing himself a late goal as well, ensuring that we would win 3-1, even though Orsolini tried to take that away from us. Moving swiftly on to our first Champions League game, where we faced Benfica at home, and thanks to Van Bommel and Anthony Cabral, we were able to get a 1-1 draw at home, making that our first point of the Champions League season. It was a tough game, but Ruben van Bommel has already scored in 3 consecutive games. He is off to a flying start, and I asked him to score more goals, and I guess the competition from Abde is pushing him forward because he has been killing it. But back in the Bundesliga, we were facing Hamburg as we decided to put in Buthelezi as the starting goalkeeper just to give Atebolo a little bit of a rest, but also Buthelezi deserves a little bit of playing time as well. So we decided to put him up against this lesser side than not, and I'm not trying to say that they're bad, it's more of just they're one of the weaker sides, and he proves to be a really good shot stopper as he saves that first shot. And Ruben van Bommel making his account even bigger by scoring another goal, making it 4 consecutive games in which he scores. He has been really good. He has had a very hot start to the season, as Mo Salah has as well, as he scores one of my favorite goals in this entire season so far. That was a chip goal. I don't think I've ever scored a chip goal in EAFC 25, so we will take that. But we do have another one as Abde gets the pass off to Marquiu, and unfortunately it does go just wide, but it tried to curl inside there. Marquiu trying to get himself another goal for Freiburg, as he does get another chance thanks to Nico Gonzalez through ball, and he takes the shot and it goes in, making it 3-0 up against Hamburg. We should be ensuring those 3 points home or away from home, I believe. But anyways, 3 points on the board should be guaranteed as Mo Salah tries to get himself a brace, and he does. That makes 4-0, and he could not be happier. We could not be happier with this new signing. We get another chance off here. Marquiu trying himself to get a brace as well, but it curls just wide. I know it's very close. I know he can score a lot more goals, and he will. But slow but surely. Hamburg did get a shot off for themselves from a free kick, but we were there for it, thankfully. Or actually, it just went wide. We were fine. Hamburg did try to create problems towards the end, but thankfully we have amazing players that just know how to keep us in the game and just ensure we keep the clean sheet and get the 3 points against this Hamburg side. Next up was Cologne, and could we keep the streak alive? Of course we could, as we got a 2-0 victory over Cologne, as Yuito Suzuki grabbed the start. I gave him the start, and honestly, he was fantastic. Marquiu also got the start. Same with Eric Lida, Teo, and Leonhardt. Normally not, I'm Buthelezi, sorry, also Buthelezi. Normally they're not our starting players, but I gave them the start, and they repaid me handsomely. I mean, clean sheet, the 3 points at home. What else could I say? Also, I just noticed that Stamanakis is one of our players that we loaned out to Cologne, and he got subbed off, interestingly enough. Pretty early on, too. Our second Champions League game was up against Real Madrid, the mighty Real Madrid with Mbappe. Don't know who that one is, or that player is, should I say. That was rude of me. But, I mean, we're away from home. It will be a very tough game, but hopefully we can get something from it, as Kylian Mbappe has other things to say as he does get himself a goal. His shot power, jeez, man, it's insane. Absolutely insane. And it's 1-0 to Real Madrid. I'm not happy to see it, but you know what? It's okay, as Mo Salah gets himself on the end of a pretty good pass. He takes the shot, but it's a great save from their keeper. Is that Alisson? It might be Alisson. I was about to say Courtois, but no, it looked like Alisson. But Romeo Lavia, the unlikely of sources, it is not. Wait, that might be Alisson. And it's a goal from our unlikely source of Romeo Lavia, but Kylian Mbappe quickly, or soon after, does get the 2-1 over Freiburg now. And they are leading yet again. Kylian Mbappe wants to make it 3, and does make it 3, unfortunately. Atabolu should have saved that, probably could have saved that, but he didn't, making it 3-1. A hat-trick for Kylian Mbappe, but Mark Yu gets his first goal in the Champions League for Freiburg, making it 3-2. So hopefully we can mount the comeback. Thank you, Mark Yu. That's why we signed you. And Carlo Ancelotti is not happy with that, despite the fact that Carlo Ancelotti is not there anymore. But Asprilla tries to get the equalizer, but it's not to be, unfortunately. But we do get another chance as Mark Yu takes another shot, and it's saved by the keeper yet again. I don't believe it. Merlin Roll was on here, and he was the one who assisted the shot, but it wasn't enough. But Alisson is the goalkeeper for them. We did get another shot off here as Jan Orel Bisek rose to the challenge, and he takes the header, but it's just not a good effort at all. It curls completely wide. But Real Madrid weren't done yet as Vinicius Jr. passes it into Kylian Mbappe, who scores yet another goal, making that 4 goals for Kylian Mbappe and 4-2. In our next game, we faced Stuttgart. They are a very tough side, as we've noticed over the years, but we have thankfully grabbed a few wins here. Hopefully we can continue grabbing some wins, but I think last time we faced them in last season, it was a draw, or if not, it was close. This player right here, number 27, who grabs himself a goal, just loves scoring against us, and he does score twice as that beautiful finish. I have to admit, that second goal was absolutely phenomenal. One of the best goals I've seen being scored against me, but also me scoring as well. But Atabolu makes the save, and it was already quickly 2-0. I'm sorry, I know I was speaking kind of slowly, but the goals were coming in rapidly. It's 2-0 to Stuttgart, and they try to get a third before the end of the first half. Thankfully, it was not to be, but they did get another corner from that one. And we get a shot as Asprilla from the edge of the box and bangs it in. Beautiful finish from Asprilla. It was an assist by Ruben Van Bommel, if I'm not mistaken. And look at that finish. I've never seen that type of finish before. At least I haven't scored a goal like that in this game before. But we will take it. It's 2-1. Stuttgart do mount another chance. And Enzo Milo was the one to score it there, making it 3-1. Mark Yu had something to say about it as he takes one from the outside of the box, just inside the box or just outside the box, either or. Mark Yu scores the goal, making it 4 goals for him already in this campaign. But did Stuttgart did have another shot off, and it was a hat-trick for Freiburg, making it 4-2, if I'm not mistaken, if I didn't count wrong. But Enzo Milo tried himself to get a brace, and he did, making it 5-2 to Stuttgart. They had another chance, and Enzo Milo to make it a hat-trick for himself as well. He does 6-2 to Stuttgart, 2 hat-tricks from 2 of their players, and it's 3 points for them and 0 points for us. It's our first loss in the Bundesliga, first loss of points overall in the Bundesliga. But after that, of course, we had to face Hoffenheim as we had Mo Salah on the break, and he takes the shot and he curls it in. Finally, back to scoring, back to winning ways, or at least we're winning in the start of this game as Mo Salah takes the lead here. Our attack midfielders just score a lot of goals, even if it's Mo Salah or Merlin Roll. But Konate of Hoffenheim did have a shot off that went wide. But we had another shot off here as it was a spread ball from Mo Salah all the way to Asprilla, and Asprilla hurls it into the net, making it 2-0 to this for us up against this Hoffenheim side. I'm so thankful that we were able to get those 2 early goals as Mo Salah gets another shot off here, and he scores yet again, making it a brace for the Egyptian king. He has joined Freiburg, and he has been on red hot form, thankfully, as Hoffenheim get another shot off here. That does go in, making it 3-1 for us. We're still winning, but Hoffenheim did make it difficult as they scored another goal, making it 3-2, but we had to hold on as tightly as we could, and Romeo Lavia had a shot with his left foot, from the edge of the box, from the outside of the box, should I say. It does go wide. But thankfully, we're still able to get the 3 points up against the Hoffenheim side, and our loss remains to just be the one up against Stuttgart. It was embarrassing, but Hoffenheim, while making it difficult, Atebolo had to pull out some saves. We were still able to claim the 3 points and continue our amazing run as Merlin Roll gets the shot off, but was unfortunate to score. Was unfortunate not to score. What a great save by Oliver Baumann, should I say. And our final game is up against Besiktas here in the Champions League. It's our third game in the Champions League. We're still looking for our first win in the Champions League. We have to win this game. Marquinhos is starting. Mo Salah is the attacking midfielder. As Besiktas, they have been problems for us in our Galatasaray rebuild. They were a problem here, and they were a problem yet again, just like they were up against Galatasaray when we were the Galatasaray manager. They had a lot of shots off, and Rafa, he continues to be a pain in my behind like he has been in the past. Bisek gets a great block there from the shot from the Besiktas player, but we have to have our first chance, and we still haven't. Rafa gets another shot off, but Atebolo was there. Crucial save there, keeping it 1-0. We're still losing. Oh, at least we have a chance. Leonhardt was also starting at center back alongside Bisek, but it was a shot. Another shot from the Besiktas players, but thankfully Atebolo was there. But Rafa was on the end of a chance, and he strikes it home, making it 2-0 to Besiktas. The Turkish side did take full advantage of the fact that we were just not playing well, but Mo Salah did get fed through a chipped pass, but unfortunately the shot was not as great as the pass. But it's okay. It shows that we were actually making progress by creating chances as they do. We get another chance. Romeo Lavia takes the shot and thankfully goes in, making it 2 goals in 2 games for Romeo Lavia, if I'm not mistaken. And he continued. No, two goals in 3 games. Sorry, from our CDM, our Belgian CDM. But at least it's 2-1. Hopefully we can get the 3 points. I have not at least a draw as Rafa gets another shot off that Atebolo makes the save for. And like I said, this will be the final game of this episode, but Merlin Roll can finally get his first goal, and he does. He gets his first goal of the season. He was absolutely phenomenal last season, but this season, since the arrival of Mo Salah, it's been difficult for him. But Besiktas tried to make it very difficult. They were causing a lot of problems. We did get another chance as Marquinhos to finish it off, make it 3-2, and it goes wide, and it stays at 2-2, 1 point each. We are still yet to grab the first win in the Champions League. Despite Besiktas' efforts to try to score another one, Rafa was creating so many chances and having a lot of chances, but thankfully we scrounged out the point, and at least we didn't lose against this Besiktas side. Sorry if that seemed a little rushed for our episode. I know the Besiktas game was the final episode. I was trying to mention it throughout the highlights, but of course it was a little difficult because it was a little faster paced than I anticipated. But regardless, I enjoyed filming this episode. I enjoyed building the team that we have now. I mean, Mo Salah has been absolutely phenomenal. A little bit sad that Merlin Roll is having a pretty lackluster season so far. I believe it's only 1 goal, maybe even an assist in like a few matches. And normally he'd be like towards the 10 goal involvements already, but regardless, I'm happy to have Mo Salah. Ruben Van Bommel's having a fantastic season. Javier Puado's a little slowed down a little bit, but his backup Marquinhos is having around the same amount as Javier Puado, so they're kind of like splitting it off, at least goals and assist wise. Same with Asprilla. Asprilla is having a fantastic season alongside Ruben Van Bommel and even Romeo Lavia getting some goals. But overall, I'm excited to see what this team has in store. We have a lot of good squad depth, and let's continue forward. I think the Cup should start very soon, so next episode we'll start off with the Cup. I think our first game is up against Dortmund first, but then we'll be back in the Cup, and hopefully we can go forward and try to win it. But regardless, we got a few losses here and a few draws, but we push forward after a fantastic start to the Bundesliga season. I think only 1 loss, and the rest of them have been all wins, pretty convincing wins as well. So we will take that. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.